it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk to you guys about something that people ask me about all the time, and that is how I create design decals for my nails. And so if you've ever followed me on Instagram long enough, you know that when I go to see Hamilton, I typically will have little like Hamilton star things going on my nails. And I used to buy them from someone on Etsy, but she stopped making them. So I wanted to figure out how to make my own because nobody else seemed to be selling them, which is probably a good thing because of copyright laws. So crafting is always the solution when there's a barrier to a product missing from the marketplace that you would like to purchase. So I figured out how to do this. I watched some tutorials myself. I read a bunch of articles trying to figure out what the best materials were and the best method, and I'm going to share with you what I've learned. So the first thing you need to do is buy some inkjet water slide paper. So that's what it looks like when you buy it. I'm going to link where you can get it from below. I bought mine on eBay. It was the easiest and most economical place to buy it. 10 sheets were like $12.59 when I bought it. So you don't need a bunch because you can fit a whole bunch of designs on a page. So then you want to figure out what designs you want to use and use like a PNG file that has no background, that it's just the design, and make it small enough to fit on your nail. And you can do this in like Microsoft Word or Microsoft Publisher. You can do it in the Silhouette software. That's what I used. Here's what it looked like in my design viewpoint. Okay, so it's as simple as that. You put however many you want on a page. I did mine in sets of 10. That made sense to me because you have 10 nails, and then fit them all on a page. So when I printed the page, it was something like this. But I always recommend to print a test sheet on regular paper at least once or multiple times. Make sure you've sized the design right and it'll actually fit on your nails. You don't want to make it too wide or too tall, and that there's a little room around the edge of it. It doesn't go side to side completely, because then it won't fit once you have to trim the water slide paper, and we'll get to that part later. So you got your water slide paper printed. It's got all your designs on it. I did some Disney because we're going to Disney in a few months. I did some more Hamiltons in different sets. I did like different characters, and then I did like the half star with the full star for the thumb, and then I did a bunch of the full stars. So whatever design you want to do, just again, you want to make it black. Colors would be fun, but once they print, they don't transfer on top of your nails really well. They end up being very muted, and it's hard to make out the design. I tried that. I don't recommend it. So you want a solid design that's black. So you can use editing software to make the design that you want black, or you can find the design black. You can use an app like Eraser to drop the background out and make it a PNG file with a clear background if you like. That's what I've done. So you've got your design, you've printed it on your water slide paper. So there's a next step, because you can't just put this on your nail without anything coating it, because it's inkjet ink. You just print it on it. It's gonna get completely wet and ruined if you use it right now, because it's water slide paper. So it means you have to apply water to take the backing off and then slide it onto your nail. It's not really meant for nail decals. It's meant for hobbyists to use for like model car and model airplane decals, but it totally works for this purpose if you do it right. So you're going to take your paper and you're going to take some Krylon Crystal Clear acrylic coating spray, and you're going to go to a well-ventilated area. And the first time I tried this, I tried it in our laundry room because it has this huge, powerful vent. It was not enough. You really need to go outside to a garage, a terrace, a patio, whatever you got, your rooftop. You really don't need to do this inside. This is not a winter craft. You want to make sure you're doing this in an area where it can really let the fumes go, because you will inhale quite a few even outside. So let's go do that. So I've got my Krylon Crystal Clear acrylic coating spray. Give it a good shake, 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 and then you're going to spray really evenly, and then you want to turn the paper, and here I am doing it with one hand like a genius, 90 degrees, and then give it another spray really quick. You don't want to get too close to the paper because it will cause it to ruin the image. So you just want to kind of get some good balance, and then again go 90 degrees, and that's it. So once you've sprayed your sheet, you want to let it dry for like a couple of days, 2 or 3 days, and let it really cure up and make a nice shiny coating on the outside. And that's how you know you've got your acrylic how you want it, and that it's going to be safe to use with the water. So then you want to identify the set you want to use and cut that out. And so I've already kind of cut one from another sheet that I had, just one single one, so I can show you how to do it. So you want to cut it. This would be way too big because this whole sheet is a decal. So if you left it like this, you'd have all this plastic hanging off the sides. So you want to cut it pretty close to the decal, but not too close that it's going to be so tiny that the little ends are going to fold in on itself and cause a problem. So this is why I said you really want to be careful about how you size it. You want it to not be too close to the edge of your nail or you're not going to have enough room. But just trim as much of the excess as you can. I don't ever really go inside the points of the star because again, what will happen if you do that is the decal is so thin and flimsy that it just kind of curls up and then you can't straighten it back out and get it on your nail. So you're going to take a little bowl. This is like just like a ramekin, like a Pyrex little dish. You want it to dissolve. They say to use warm water. I've never really paid attention to that, but if you're a rule follower, then sure, use warm water. And so you're gonna stick it in there. You see how it's getting wet on the back. And really, you don't wanna leave it in there too long. You don't want it too wet. You just want it wet enough. I'm using my craft tweezers, and I'll link these below too. And then I kind of just take it and use my finger, and you can kind of see how it's separating off the backing. Grab the little bit of clear part with the tweezers, and I do find this easier to do with craft tweezers than regular tweezers because you have a little bit more fine motor control there. And just kind of throw the backing over there on my towel. And then I'm going to place it on my nail where I want it. And so I use my other finger to kind of hold it in place. Use my tweezers to get it good and centered and flat. Just like that. And so I have a little Hamilton and Eliza meeting on the top of the star. And so if you have a paper towel, and I didn't bring one over here, oops, I'm going to use the edge of the towel. You just kind of tap it a little. This gets any extra water. You don't want to press hard or you're going to move the decal. It still is repositionable for a little bit of time, like a minute or so. But get it right where you want it. Make sure you've got any excess water off of it, and then you have to seal it on. So you can use any top coat, but I really like the Sally Hansen. You can see my bottle is old. I use it all the time. Miracle Gel top coat. It makes a nice thick coating that really protects the decal. And if you're gonna wear them for more than a week without changing your nails or having them redone or whatever, I would put on another top coat every week just to make sure that the decals don't start wearing off, because that will happen as the top coat wears. So you just want to give it a good coat, seal it in, let it dry, and then repeat. Now I don't do my whole hand like this. I'll do the decals on a whole hand and then I'll top coat. That way I'm not messing up my other nails as I'm going. But I'm only doing one today for just an example. I'm not going to do my whole thing. And if you wanted to just do one like this for an accent, you totally could. Y'all like my ring rash? Welcome to the summer in Texas. I'm giving it a break. But yeah, so you can do an accent nail. You can just do thumbs. You can just do ring fingers, or like I've just got one on my index finger. Or you can do something different on each one, or you can do them different on each hand. I mean, that's what I love about this. It's totally customizable, and you can make them however you want. And it's just that easy. And that's it. It's as easy as that. You can do those few steps and you'll be in good shape. You'll be able to make your own nail decals any shape and size you want and have cool decorated things on your nails all the time. Thanks so much for watching. Go ahead and hit the like button, leave me some comments, subscribe, and let's hang out here again next week. There's always something crafty, something plannery, something theater related going on here on my channel, and I can't wait to keep sharing with you. Talk to you soon.